Hey guys, Shaki here bringing you guys a new video, and this is me using my new fairy deck. I put this deck together actually really quickly. It took me like, we'll say 10 minutes. I've just been working on the numbers since then, so it's just a pretty fun deck, and I'm going to show you guys quite a few replays that I have. I didn't record anything live because I've just been playing with this pretty much every match, but I've been having fun doing so. And it's actually a very interesting deck on some of the things it could do. But we're going to start with the monsters on the low side and work our way up. We're going to skip the XYZs because I'm still working on which XYZ should be in certain decks and which shouldn't. And I definitely need a couple of level 8s in here, but I don't have those in there yet. So we won't get to those just like always. You can see their pictures here. You guys pretty much know what all of them are if you guys play Yu-Gi-Oh on a consistent basis. I don't know what most of them are, even though they're my own deck. So the point of this deck though is to mill yourself to get 10 monsters, so you could special summon this guy. And when you get to special summon that guy, you pretty much won if you have pretty much anything out to stop their stuff. But yeah, first we're going to have Raikou. Raikou is going to be your main mill engine. You're going to use him to just destroy their back rows, destroy their annoying monsters, you know, and mill cards off. So this is just going to be your first turn play. Usually just set this, end your turn, they go, you know, destroy something. So then you got 2 Lumina. Lumina is just going to allow you to special summon your Lila's back, because Lila is going to be your second main monster after Raikou, because you're going to be able to destroy those back rows and some pretty weak monsters that they might be having out on the field face up. So it's really good because you could just use Lumina and get Lumina back, then get a Lila, you know, XYZ, these two, use Lila to destroy their back row, you know, and get something like, you know, Alucard or something like that to actually destroy them. And it's really good. I really like it. I think it's pretty consistent with just these Lightsworns. Of course, we're only running 4 Lightsworn monsters, so Judgment Dragon is not needed. Plus, it is a fairy deck, so we want to run the least amount of fairies that we can, and I think this is a good roundup. One Wolf might be more consistent, and I might go around and changing that to another spell card. But I'm not sure. I think you need a lot of monsters in this deck because you want them in the graveyard as fast as possible. And then we have 2 Guardian Eidos. Guardian Eidos is really good if you draw it first turn. That's why there's only 2, because later on it's kind of meh. You're probably going to use it for trade-in or for, you know, just ditching your hand for the Beckoning Light. And, yeah, there's no equip spells in here, so you're not going to be able to use that second effect. But it is a good 25 beater on turn 1, so that's really solid. And yeah, then we have 3 Christia, and the reason why we have 3 is because you're going to probably mill them a lot, and the chance of having 4 fairies in the grave is kind of low, but you can always just soul it. You can soul charge it and get it back, so it's actually really, really good. When it comes out, you get a fairy monster from your graveyard to your hand, and then neither player can special summon. And if this card was sent to the graveyard, it returns to the top of the deck instead. So there's a lot of plays that you can actually do with this. And it's a really interesting card in general. But yeah, so, and then we have Tulantin. Tulantin is really good because if you control 2 or more monsters at the start of your opponent's battle phase and all were destroyed, you can special summon this card. And then you can pick an attribute and destroy all face-up monsters with that attribute, and they cannot normal summon or special summon monsters of that attribute. This works really well because, like I said, Lumina, sometimes you're just going to play Lumina and special summon a Raikou to get something like, you know, a Guardian Eidos or a Wolf into your graveyard, just so you can mill the 3 at the end of the turn. It's worth it. You might not think it's worth it in most decks, but it actually is. So getting the Lumina into the Raikou can actually be a lot of value in this deck, since you need 10 monsters anyways. It's going to allow you to mill a 3. Both of these guys are going to die, so you're going to go +1 into your graveyard off of that, and whatever you milled off of Lumina's actual effect. So you can build up monsters in the graveyard really quickly and really easily. Then we have 2 Arcana Force the World, and these cards are really good. I used to have an Arcana deck, but when this card is summoned, toss the coin, doesn't matter how it's summoned. Heads, during your end phase, you can send 2 monsters you control to the graveyard, skip your opponent's next turn, so you get another free turn. or tails during your opponent's draw phase, add the top card of their graveyard to their hand. So there's some interesting combos with both of those. Neither of them are really that bad. I mean, the tails one can be really bad, but with so many people playing XYZs, and you're most likely going to kill XYZ, or you're going to kill a synchro, or you're going to kill a fusion or something, it's not that bad. Or you can get a card stuck in the hand that they want in the graveyard. It could be really good. Plus, for a 31 beater, you're going to get out. It's just, it's a really good card. And then the main card, you're going to be running 3 Cephalon, the Ultimate Time Lord. And this card is absolutely disgusting. And this is the reason why I wanted to make the deck, because I saw this card. I was just looking up fairies. I was just looking up different archetypes to see what kind of decks I can make. And cannot be normal summoned or set. This card must be special summoned by having 10 or more monsters in your graveyard, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per... Okay, that is already really good for 4,000, 4,000. I just want to put that out there. Once per turn, you can special summon 1 level 8 or higher fairy monster from your graveyard, or hand or graveyard. Its effects are negated, and its attack becomes 4,000. Okay, that would be good if it just happened once, but once per turn you can do this effect. So this card is absolutely disgusting. I mean, 4,000, 4,000 is insane. And then you're running all these level 8 fairies, so you're going to be able to get the world back, 4,000 attack, or you're going to be able to get Eidos back, or Christia back, or this guy back. You know, it's just like, oh man, this is brutal. And if you have 2 or 3 of these in your hand, you can actually special summon all of them when you have 10 monsters in your graveyard. So the more you have in your hand, let's say they're all in the graveyard, you have 3 cards in your hand, you have 2 wolves or Eidos or whatever, and you use the Beckoning Light, put these 3, grab these 3, and special summon all 3, you have 12,000 attack, and then special summon 2 monsters, you are full board of 4,000 attackers for 20,000 attack. Yeah, unless they have something disgusting, you probably won at that point. It's just, it's insane. It's insane what you can get off with this deck. But yeah, the spells, we have a lot of draw power in this deck. We have 2 Solar Recharge, which is going to allow us to mill some stuff and to get, 2 cards, so you can, ditch your wolves, get it, ditch your Raikou. You don't really want to ditch your Raikou, but you can ditch your Raikou. Or Illumina if you have 2, something like that. Regeki, just going to destroy their monsters. Trade-ins, you're running so many level 8s anyways, you might as well run the trade-in. If you get stuck with the Eidos in your hand, I mean, what's better than using trade-in on it? Dark Hole, which is going to allow you to kill your own monsters in certain situations, that might be good. And especially if you have this guy in your hand, they have nothing, or you have a trap stun down anyways, you can just, Dark Hole, special summon if you need 1 monster and you have, Illumina sitting on the field, or you have a Lila sitting on the field, you can just go for the Dark Hole. Soul Charge is going to allow you to be able to special summon any of these guys here, or any of your Lightsworn, so it's a really good card. It's just going to pull off a lot of plays for you. You can get 3 Christias. You don't want to get 3, you want to get 1, because if all 3 go on the top of your deck because they have a Dark Hole or a Regeki, you're just, you're pretty much in sad times unless you can mill them. 2 monster reincarnations. I added these after, just because of the fact that I needed another way to get these back besides the Beckoning Light, because I was never drawing it. I only had 1 Beckoning Light because I was dumb, and yeah, that was a thing. We got Charge of the Light Brigade. This is going to allow us to mill 3 cards to add a Raikou or a, actually any of them, I guess, except Wolf, to your hand. But you're usually just going to get Raikou because he's just going to be your set play end turn. Then we have 1 Valhalla. This is just a just-in-case card. You can be stuck with these guys in your hand, and what better way to get them out for free? I mean, it's always good. Even if you don't use his, if you get heads and you don't use his effect, it's still a really, really good card to play because of that 31 beater. Beckoning Light is just going to allow you to ditch crappy cards in your hand and get other fairy or light monsters back. All your creatures are light, so except Eidos. Eidos is the only one who's not light. And once again, only running Eidos because it can special summon itself on first turn. All these cards can get themselves out pretty easily, so that's why we're actually running them. except for Arcana Force, who can't get himself out easy, but can be special summon, can be special summon, can be special summon, really easy. So Torrential Tribute, same reason as Darkhold, just in case you need some more stuff in the graveyard, or if they go for some big play and you have nothing. And then 3 Trap Stuns, because this is going to be the most important card that you want. As soon as you can get this out, you're gonna have to Trap Stun, because they're gonna have something and try to do something. So that's going to be your main priority. You can win without playing this card, as you will see, because Christia is just so good, or Toothalantin is so good. Eidos not as good because we can't use their effect, but you can definitely still win without ever playing one of these, and a lot of people will quit before you even get the chance to play it. But yeah, let's get to some replays. We're going to start here with Fairies versus Zombies. I'm going to start off with an pretty bad hand. I'm going to go for the Guardian Eidos. As I said, you can just special summon it right away. He's going to go for the Snatch Steal. I'm perfectly fine with that because I do have the Raikou down. I'm going to be able to kill it, get the free mill, and I'm actually going to get a Wolf off of it. He's going to get Necroface, which is going to remove 5 cards. They're going to be pretty good 5 cards too, as you can see there. I would have liked those in my graveyard. He's going to get Mizuki out. I'm alright with that. I can't do anything about it anyways. I'm going to get a Beckoning Light. I'm going to use the Regeki, and the only reason why I'm going to use the Regeki is because I don't want to lose it to this, and I don't want to set it for a Mystical Space Typhoon, so I'm just not going to take my chances. But I'm going to get a good hand back after that Beckoning Light. Yes, you can get the monsters that you discarded, so you can actually just get whatever. I'm going to play Lila since I can do 17 here, and I'm in a pretty bad position anyways. He's going to go with the Soul Absorbing Bone Tower, which is I'm perfectly okay with, because that means he's going to mill me, and I don't really care if he mills me. I'm going to get the Christia, and Christia is actually going to be able to special summon. I'm just going to grab another Christia, and I don't want either. That's why I grabbed another one. But he's going to go with Zombie World, so I won't be able to even special summon the Time Lord anyways. But I know he can't special summon anything. I have the Raikou face down, so I'm going to be able to kill that Necroface and mill a few more cards. I'm going to kill his Bone Tower, attack with the Raikou directly. He cannot special summon, and he gets 2 special summon cards, so he is just going to end. We're going to go face Jin's I can't talk. Nekroth is what the actual deck is. I'm going to use Soul Charge. I'm actually going to be able to get out the Christia. I could have went with 2 Christia and got that, but I decided not to. I set the Trap Stun and Torrential. He's actually just going to kill that. I'm going to flip the Raikou, kill his Solemn Warning, and be able to attack him for 3,000 on the first turn, which is really good. Trading cannot be used on Time Lord, which is one disadvantage. He's actually going to set this guy. I'm going to get another Raikou. I'm going to be perfectly fine with that. I'm just going to keep attacking for 200. As soon as I see this card, I know what deck he's playing, and I know why he can't do anything at all. But he's going to get that monster back. He's just going to set it again. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm just going to destroy the back row because I'm not sure what it's going to be. And I'm just going to attack for 400, so I get the 400 beats going on. I can't special summon, so I can't XYZ these two together like I would have liked to. And he's just going to play 10,000 hands and end his turn because he cannot do anything. So that just shows the power of Christia first turn. I don't know why nobody uses that card anymore, but it's fine. So this is going to be against Nick's Gravekeepers. We're on the wrong side here. So he's going to get the Necro Valley. He's going to have, like, everything that he needs to stop it. I'm going to play this card, which I took out. I'm going to be able to draw a ton of times in a row and mill a bunch of cards. For some reason, my Wolf didn't work, even though Necro Valley was gone. And it still works with Necro Valley up, so I don't know what that was all about, but it's fine. I'm going to be able to destroy his Necro Valley that he gets again, and he's going to be like, really? Really? That's going to happen? And I was like, yeah. He's going to go for this double attacking guy just to get the 2100 attack. He could have kept both of those guys out, but he figured this was just better situation. But I do have the Dark Hole. It would have been a better situation most times, but this was not one of those times. It didn't matter if he had both or that one guy. He actually did more damage having both, or that one guy, I mean. So I'm going to set the other Raikou. I still have this combo going on here. This card doesn't actually work with Arcana's effect because you can't pick which order you do the chains in, which is kind of annoying. So I'm going to get that out. This before I had XYZs, so I actually get the heads and I planned on using it, but like I said, it doesn't work because you can't pick chain orders. So the card chains before I can actually pick the Arcana Force to chain to. He's going to set a Threatening Roar. I'm alright with that. Like I said, this before I had XYZ, so I'm not actually able to XYZ. I can play the Lumina, but I just choose not to here because I don't need to. He's going to go out with this guy. He doesn't actually attack for some reason. I think he just like gave up. But he's going to go with Threatening Roar, and I'm just going to use that. I should have played Lumina and actually just went with Wolf, but I don't really need to. So I only have 8 cards left, and there's not much I could do. But then I get this. So after milling all those cards, it doesn't matter. So I get 8,000 attack on the board right away. I destroy his back row. There's nothing he could do. Just shows the power. So we're going to be facing Penguins here. Nick said that his deck list was a little bit messed up because he didn't have this card in his deck. Or the... no, he had no Penguin, but he didn't have the Monarch card in his deck. I'm going to be able to get a really good turn. I'm going to get 10 cards into the graveyard right away. He's just going to set Penguin Soldier in that Monarch thing. I'm just going to destroy the back row. There's no reason not to. I'm going to get Wolf back. I'm going to be able to attack, and he's just going to return those 2 back to my hand, keeping the Wolf there, which I am fine with, because if I was stuck with Wolf in my hand, that would have been very upsetting. He's going to play this Dragon, but he's able to kill my Wolf, and that's probably the reason why he kept that there. I am going to draw another Wolf, though, and I'm going to be able to kill this guy, go with the Lumina, ditch, get the Lumina, ditch, get that back, and do quite a bit of damage here. This is why the Lightsworn engine is really good in this deck. It allows for the mill. Also, it allows for, you to get all these cards out in one turn. And then next turn, I could just play this thing, and there's nothing he could do because I have way more than 10 in there. So, yeah, there it comes. Here comes the world. Battle phase, 8,000 damage. I'm just going to use that so it doesn't ask me again. And I'm going to be able to win. So now we're going to face this very interesting Blue Eyes deck that I actually faced here. So he's going to obviously try to get Blue Eyes Ultimate out as fast as he possibly can. I'm going to get a Lumina. I'm going to actually mill a Wolf, so I'm going to be able to use that, get out these, and attack for some pretty good damage. He's going to get another Blue Eyes to his hand, but I'm okay with that. He did play that, but that's fine. So I'm going to be able to mill quite a few cards. I have an alright hand. I already have the combo I need. He gets out the Blue Eyes Ultimate, but the problem with Blue Eyes Ultimate, it dies to Raikou. So I'm perfectly fine with that. I was going to use this, but I need this, and I almost have 10, so there's no reason to. So I can just win next turn. He's going to attack and actually use the Honest. I'm going to be able to kill his Blue Eyes. He has nothing now, and I have this. So I'm going to be able to use this, get this out, and it is over, because I'm going to be able to attack for 1,000,000. All his Blue Eyes are already in his graveyard, so it doesn't really matter, and I'm actually going to win. So here we go against Scraps now. Scraps are pretty interesting. They can do a lot of unfair things, but I don't really want to allow them to do a bunch of unfair things. So I ditched the Wolf just so I could special summon the Wolf from my graveyard, so I can have 2 monsters out here. He's going to play that Scrap thing. He's going to go with a bunch of cards. He's just going to play whatever. Like, I don't even know how the hell these guys work. But he's just going to play a bunch of guys, and I'm perfectly fine with that because I have this guy, which I'm going to declare Earth. All his monsters are Earth. I'm pretty sure all the monsters that they run are Earth. And now he cannot normal summon or special summon any Earth monsters, and that is going to be the GG's. He's just going to get rid of that, but I'm just going to activate it. Get rid of the world, take Lumina. He is going to end. So that was really fun. We got Fairies versus Dogma. This was a very interesting match. This is actually I faced this guy twice in a row without even really noticing. But I'm going to play Lumina, get Lumina. I'm going to ditch. I'm going to get a Wolf. I'm going to set that. And I'm going to be able to mill 6 cards, get another Wolf. So this is also before I had XYZs because I was just testing the deck to see if it would work. And it does work. So that's why I went for it. And he's going to get a bunch of cards out. He is actually going to get Dogma out on his first turn, which he did twice against me. And he's going to kill my Lumina. I'm fine with that. I can use a trade-in on this. I can get the world out. I get the Tails, but Tails is good in this situation because it is going to activate before he can activate his card effect. and that's going to put back on top of his deck and put him in a position where he doesn't have that anymore. He's going to play Diamond Dude. I'm just going to get my guy back because I know if he kills these guys, I can special summon it, and I will win no matter what he plays. So, yep, there goes that. And finally, we got Fairy versus Mass Change. Mass Change, very popular archetype right now, and I'm not really sure why. I don't think it's that good, to be honest. But I'm going to get a garbage hand. I could special summon a monster from my hand, but no real need to. I'm just going to get rid of Eidos, and I'm going to actually get the Raikou. Like I said, this is a good combination if you can get it out at the same time, which I can. So he's going to get a mass change. He's going to actually mass change here. He's going to flip summon that. This is going to be able to kill both of my guys here. And I'm going to be perfectly okay with that. I don't need the guys anyway, so I'm going to be able to special summon this. I'm going to pick Wind. Wind's going to destroy his guy. I could have destroyed Dark, which would have destroyed his other two guys, but it didn't really matter. I'm going to use Dark Hole here because I have 3. I'm going to be able to get out the Christie. I'm going to just get the other one to my hand and attack for 28. And the reason why I get the other one to my hand is because I do have that Celestial transformation, and I can actually get it out and when he uses a mass change or something, which would have been really good. But the replay is going to end here, and yeah, we're going to actually take all those wins. There was a bunch of losses too that I got, but most of them were garbage because of bad hands or something like that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck list and this video. I think the deck is actually a lot of fun. It just it's very luck dependent, and like I said, I still am working on some of the numbers for the deck, but all in all, very, very fun deck. And this will probably be your main XY you're using. You can target one monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, then shuffle one card from your hand into your deck. It's really good to get this guy back too. So this is probably going to be your main XYZ because you get so many Raikous out anyway. So, but anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you guys rate, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys later.